Good morning. Welcome to Morning Outlook. This is Kim speaking on Tuesday, the 25th of July. So looking at the euro dollar first, and well, yesterday, very small inside day there, really. Today, well, we've almost moved two-thirds of the movement we saw the whole of yesterday. So already a bit of price action going on here. Now, we've still got the weekly pivot below at the moment, though it seems to be trying to push up higher. Uh, Wary of the upside. My bigger picture still looks to the upside, but I'm a little bit wary with this pivot below us, and just looking still to see if we do get some sort of sell-off this morning. If we do, I will be looking to still trade towards that pivot. Otherwise, well, I think any upside is going to be tight and hard fought at the moment. Maybe we could get a push through this daily R1 into yesterday's highs. Those prior highs, there'll be a triple top at that point. May get a bigger reaction. At least this time, as we're pushing up, we've got a bit more strength maybe behind the whole position. But as I said, it's very slow. It does look a tad on the weak side to me. Looking at the pound dollar, well, that did actually push up okay yesterday, and a bit more volatility within it, and it's shaping up that it's bouncing back off the monthly pivot again, and it's shaping up as if it wants to push on back towards those prior highs. It's a little shooting start at the moment, though, on this hourly. See how we fit out, but there may be opportunities at some point to trade towards the prior highs there. It seems the traders seem to ignore the IMF recalculation of expected growth, and just continued buying the pound yesterday. So it was, say, ended up on a relatively modestly bullish note. Now, any sell-off may be below the weekly pivot there. The 50, the 200 all seem to be coming up as support, so that provides some support break of that level where I'd be then looking at yesterday's lows, and the S1 there. So we'll see how we work out this morning. At the moment, it's still, as I say, erring more bullish than anything else. It did put that sort of fouled high in yesterday, but and then sell off. But we'll see how it rolls. That's the pound, the dollar yen. So dollar yen yesterday didn't really go too far during the trading day at all. It had done all the movement prior to, or most of the movement prior to our trading day, our trading session. Still got a weekly pivot to possibly run up for above, but like the euro at the moment, it seems to be wanting to strengthen. We've seen dollar weakness coming through, and it may be that this week we just see a continued dollar weakness. There's lower highs in the sort of intermediate time frame here on the yen. It could push on further towards yesterday's lows. It's already almost into the S1. It does look weak. I do expect these currencies to be relatively range bound as we run through over the next few weeks in the holiday process in the main. Aussie dollar, well, Aussie dollar starting to pick up a little bit through the Asian session here. As I did in my weekly update, I think it's still got some potential upside still. It came within a smidgen of the weekly pivot. It hasn't quite got down there yet, but pushing up again this morning. And it's looking like, well, as I say, could be trying to head up further, maybe towards yesterday's lows, the highs, R1 area, certainly, and possibly yesterday's highs there. But as I said, I won't be too shocked with any of these markets if they just slow down. There's absolutely nothing in the way of significant news coming out today. We've got an MP, a Bank of England speaker, Haldane, speaking at 6 p.m. this evening, but that's not going to do too much to the market during the daytime. So these markets, as I said, I'm expecting small ranges in the main unless something happens significantly. Dollar CAD even continues in this downward trend. It's certainly a better sell than it is a buy, even though it's got its weekly pivot above. Maybe it will change tact. One thing with it, you can see from these 4 hourly bars, the bars are getting smaller, so the volatility is reducing. Maybe we'll see a reversal at some point and a reasonable correction. But for now, it seems to just be following down largely to the downside. There, each I say significant, but they're barely in its significant retracement. It becomes a sell point. So CAD's really still pushing down. That's even though the oil price is not really doing too much. I mean, it did pick up yesterday a tad, and it's pushed and consolidating at the moment around that $46 mark. But if it was to start pushing up higher, we may see the CAD come down even lower there, push on further down. Okay, that's pretty much it for me. Someone asked me normally to look at gold afterwards, so I will actually have a quick look at gold for you. Gold's been benefiting from the strong or the weak dollar, I should say it's pushed through. It's already hit the monthly pivot now. Has got a weekly pivot below us, which may, if it starts rolling over, become a relatively easy target. At the moment, though, well, from the daily point of view, it's still it broke the downward trend that was there. It's still looking relatively bullish there. We'll see how we go, but it'd be only almost normal for it to get some sort of retracement, and the weekly pivot could be that target. In terms of the shorter time frames here, already through the daily pivot, looking like it wants to go back up. It'd be interesting to see what it does from here this morning. Slow market in the mornings often with gold. We're picking up much into the afternoon, but we'll see how it, as I say, if it starts selling off, well, could be on for break of that 50 and maybe a move back down towards that weekly pivot, but it seems to have held pretty well yesterday. Okay, that's it for me. As I say, very little news. There is 3 p.m. There's a US consumer confidence data coming out at 3 p.m., but that's a very low level mover. So nothing of significance. Oh, sorry, I should say the German IFO business climate at 9 o'clock. Again, very little in the way of price action we see from that. Have a great day. Bye for now.